Test, test. Okay, I think the mic's working now. Just having an issue with the mic again, but got it squared away. Okay, thank you. Sorry about being a minute or two late. I was having some mic issues. Greetings, greetings. Okay. Yeah, I'm here. So, how many new traders to this session do we have here tonight? Darth Steve? I'm not sure I like that. Cool, cool. All right, so greetings, everybody. My name is Steve Gregor. I'll be your host for the next, about 45 minutes. Got to cut it a little short tonight. And for those of you brand new, I'm going to give you a few pieces of advice. One of them is to get to our Facebook group. I'll give you the information for that in just a second, because everything centers out of our Facebook group. We do teaching in here, we do support and more teaching in our Facebook group. And so it's a very active group for some very obvious reasons. So if you're brand new, that's what I suggest you do. I'll give you the information for that in just a second. But before we get started, I have to do the appropriate legal stuff. So if I'll take your eyeballs to the bottom of the page. All material presented in this stream is for educational and instructional purposes only, should not be considered trade recommendations or investment advice. Past results in trading does not guarantee future performance. And for all the disclosures on everything I do online, in print, at websites, in email, on social media, go to tradingdisclaimers.com and you'll understand what I waive and disclaim. So, as for our Facebook group, the name of it is, interestingly enough, the same as our channel, iMarkets Live, Scans, Forks, and Fibos. And in fact, if you just take that and go to Facebook and enter it in the search box for Facebook, you will land at the same site, or the site. So there it is, iMarkets Live, Scans, Forks, and Fibos. Zoe kindly put that link in for you for the direct link URL to land at the group. It is a public access group, but you do require membership, which typically gets approved 2 to 3 times a day. You shouldn't have to wait more than about 12 hours at most, maybe 24 on a weekend, to get approval so you can be in that group. The first thing you want to do when you get to that group is drop to the pinned post, which is really not hard to find because it's sitting there at the top of the page for the group, and it says start here with this pinned post. It's rather lengthy. You may want to copy and paste and print it out, or just read through it thoroughly. There's our policies and procedures for the group, but more importantly, or as importantly, there are several videos in this pinned post. Some of them about risk, what risk really is, explaining that the stop loss just isn't there to stop your losses in trades that have gone wrong, but the stop loss is there as your profit regulator in a trade. And there's an inverse relationship between the size of the profit and the amount of there's an inverse relationship between the size of your stop loss and the amount of profit you can make in a trade. The bigger the stop loss, the less you're going to make in that trade. And I'm talking about compared to somebody who has the same account size and the same risk in the downside on the trade. If they're trading with a smaller stop loss, they will end up making more dollars per pip than you do. So it's important for you to understand that, because everything we do is based on something that I call the new paradigm of trading. And the new paradigm of trading has as its core the ability to, on average, per time period, make anywhere between 3 times, 5 times, and sometimes, as you get upper scale in charts, 10 times the profit in the same trade as your peers trading in the old paradigm. So we have some videos there that explain how that happens. We do some risk explaining there. We also have a video there that's entitled Why You May Consider Using Pitchforks in Your Trading, because pitchforks allow that high profit per trade that traditional traders don't get to experience. We also work real heavily on the head game. We explain from a neuroscience perspective why the head game is the way it is in trading. So lots of good stuff, but you're going to want to catch up by watching those videos. Additionally, at this group, or with this group, because you are active members at IML, otherwise you wouldn't be able to be in this session, I give you something pretty special. Now, I should tell you, for those that are new, haven't heard this, I've been trading for 15 years, coaching for 14, and I've been trading with pitchforks for the last 10. Now going on 11 years. So what that's allowed me to do in that time frame is get tutored by the masters of pitchforks in the world. There's only a handful of them. Courses, seminars, and books. And then thousands upon thousands upon thousands of pitchforks that I've drawn in my trading. So I can compress all that down, and I put together a mastery pitchfork course, which I've been selling for several years. It's only $300, should be $1,000. But to you as an active IML member, you get it free just because I like you. And so if you take a screenshot of this page so you don't get confused on the URL, it is forwardspitchfork.com/uppercase IML. That'll take you to a registration page. You put in your name and email, not the user ID and password, but your name and email to register for the course. And then upon confirmation, it'll send you to the course page, for which then you will need the the user ID and the password, which is case sensitive. Case sensitive. So take a screenshot of this, because inevitably people come back and say, oh, I put in the URL and it says 404 error, page not found. Well, 2,200 other IML traders have found it using this URL. So it's not like I just threw this out today and I'm announcing it and there might be an error with it. So, oh yeah, I forgot to make it uppercase, right? So let's avoid all that by taking a screenshot, and that way you won't have those issues. Also have some other goodies for you at fxtraderscalculator.com. You can pick up the best position sizing calculator in the market, as well as it lets you analyze your trades, do some forward thinking with what kind of trades does it take to generate a certain kind of return, etc. So that is also free to you. So lots of goodies by being a participant in this session. We also have a roadmap at our group website. Yeah, always the little things, right? We have a roadmap that kind of gives a little checklist for you what to do. Of course, what we do is to really accentuate what IML offers through the Academy and, of course, through our TV channel, the Scans, Forks, and Fibos channel. And we don't do anything different or in lieu of IML. IML Universe, right through the Academy, all the way through. We tell you what groups you should be part of. You should already be a part of IML Elite. You should join iMarkets Live Scans, Forks, and Fibos. You should join the Goals Coach to partially contribute to some of your self-development over time. And then you'll go through the free Pitchfork course. We're going to put you through, you'll go through the harmonic modules at IML. We'll introduce our quickfire strategy, which is very high end, and we offer several money management schemes to run with quickfire, including basic, quickfire 15, Charlie Delta, bring pitchforks back full circle, and we use them with the scans. So we repurpose our scans, and we typically will get 2 to 3 trades more, sometimes as many as 2 to 5 trades from that scan by repurposing it. And we repurpose it with Charlie Delta pitchforks and X-ray alpha pitchforks named for the legs of the scan. You will also get in the pinned post at that group page our Telegram channel, which is for Scans, Forks, and Fibos and trade reviews. And the link to join is in the pinned post of our group. And it's a pretty good deal. Here's my desktop Telegram. So we do things like, this is one I posted yesterday, where we take the scan, we put the Charlie Delta fork on here. It's the one in blue. So C, D, we go back to X for the Charlie Delta fork. That makes it a traditional fork. And then we do the X-ray alpha here. And this one is in the red. Might be pink on your screen. And we take the median here up and down until we either get the C or D touch. I put this one with the D at the top of that orange pitchfork. So we have 2 pitchforks here. Now, no matter what price is going to do, check, check. Yep. No, I can't send the Telegram link. It is in the pinned post of our Facebook group. How's that? I've only said it 20 times. Pretty easy to find. Go to our group, get to Facebook. So we post pictures like that, and then what we're starting to do now is do follow-up on those. And so like today, I followed up on that, showing the price movement. You can see the original here. Here it is in my trading view charts. And so we showed the price movement moving inside our lines today. There was a bounce trade here based on a known support line that was also the 85.4 Fibonacci retracement of the CD leg. So pretty strong energy point right there, which is why it took off so strong up at the time I did that update. And it's, you can follow the updates because they'll have letters after them referring back to the original chart. So it's easy to go back in history and see how prices proceeded since the original chart was posted. So Telegram group, and we will post both Forex and crypto there. Well, I don't trade crypto. The technicals for crypto and Forex are 100% the same because, quite frankly, whenever it gets released, I'm sure it'll be announced sometime Saturday or Sunday. But the crypto analyzer is soon to be out. And if I didn't tell you what this was here, you wouldn't, and you didn't really look closely at the price, you couldn't tell a crypto from a Forex harmonic scan, which means pitchforks and Fibonacci and trend lines and all the cool things we do in Forex work 100% on crypto, and if somebody's doing it on crypto, it works 100% on Forex. What you want to get out of this Telegram channel is either way what the technicals are being done, why they're being done that way, and learn from that, as well as just outright taking a screenshot and copying these forks to your charts. So you start to get a handle on what's going on with them. I mean, you just might be able to squeeze out some trades as time moves on. I don't give call trades. I don't make forecasts or predictions. But the nice thing about pitchforks is they are new paradigm. So we don't chase trades like you do in the old paradigm. We don't go hunting for trades. We wait for the trades to come to us. So the Telegram channel, very, very high value, okay? Real high value. As you'll notice here, all you get from the IML scanner is the IML scan, which is pretty cool. Nothing wrong with that. But the nice thing is we can put our Charlie Delta forks on it, and that's, again, we're going to get 2 to 3 more trades. Also, with that scan, we do quick fire, and so we'll constantly give you techniques, like in this case, a nice trend line, which would allow you to get this quick fire trade that you would not normally be able to get because it doesn't meet the criteria because price never got to the second entry line. So this would not be a quick fire trade per standard quick fire, nor would it be a trade routinely by Scott Carney, who says if there's multiple lines, you've got to get to that second line. So this reversed before it got to the second line. We're still able to get in that trade because of a trend line, and therefore we can be in here with a very, very tight stop. Notice where the stop is on the chart, the red line up here where it says stop. Whereas our stop is going to be a diagonal stop, and it's going to be in there like that. And you'll notice the difference in the size of the stop. Somebody want to give me a guess? Just a rough guess. I'm not looking for precision. What's the difference in size? How much, what percentage of this entire stop would be that little stop? 1/5, 1/10, 1/8? What do you think it is? What is stop 1 compared to stop 2? How much smaller, or how much bigger is stop 2? Maybe 1 in 10. Not pips. It's probably 10 times less. Which means in this trade, as this trade goes, should it go farther, we make 10 times the profit. Same risk into the trade, 2%. Same size account balance when you start, you're going to make 10 times the profit. Do you know how many trades that you make 10 times the profit off of before you are absolutely smoking your other partner, you know, who isn't trading in the new paradigm? Right? So very tight stops means huge profits. And that's what we're all about. We take lower risk, higher yield trades. Lower risk because we have pretty good precision mechanisms for making the profit. Okay? They're higher probability as well. So that's the gist of what we do. Your foray, your entrance into all of this is 1, join our group. 2, take the Pitchfork course. I don't know why, if somebody's serious about their trading and they're here in our IMLTV channel, Scans, Forks, and Fibos, or on the crypto side, the new paradigm of trading, either side, Forex or crypto. If you want to make success with more profit, if you want a higher chance of success, because we're really working on the head game here, and we work on it in ways that the old paradigm just can't. We'll explain more of that as we go on. Also, in the pinned post of the videos at the group, there's a video about the law of spirals. That's going to explain a little bit about our understanding from a neuroscience perspective of the head game and what dictates and directs our behavior in trading. So if you understand how your brain works and what's at play, you can become a better trader. And all that is free because you're an IML member and because I like you. All right. That being said, I want to jump to a few charts. Actually, let's do something different tonight. I can go to selected pairs. How about, let's see what happens. Somebody give me a currency pair and a time period, and we'll go look and see what that looks like. Somebody give me a currency pair and a time period. Oh, wait. Pound yen, 1 hour. All right. I don't think I have to create that because I got some pound yen. And somebody wanted to look at the 1 hour. I'm not going to be able to get them all in, so I'm just going to pick random. There's just not enough time for me to get them all in. All right, let me see what we got here. Well, pretty easy to see right off the bat. So we're at 60 minute. I don't know where that's coming from. Oh, it looks like 15. Okay. So this is the pound yen 60 minute. So right off the bat, you can see a couple things. Okay. You can see there's a prevailing downtrend, right? Got to put your pitchfork eyes on that. The prevailing downtrend. And at the bottom of that downtrend, if I didn't write over it, at the bottom of that downtrend, we've established a swing low, so we can look at a couple of swing highs. The logical first choice would be right there. We might jump up to here. No higher than that. But I pretty much like this one as my first point. So we'll just draw a pitchfork on that from scratch. Let me open this up so I can get a little separation in the candles. We'll try this first one. Where did I say? Oh, okay. So there's nothing to the left of us. Swing high, swing low. We would normally come back to a swing low, but if we go to the swing low here, we're going to have the fork pointing in the wrong direction. So it has to be at least 50% or up when we have an upward pointing fork. So we got to swing low. So you have to come this way. So we have a couple options here. The most logical is to take it to a touch at the median. And I like that because this is kind of a, there's so much going on here, it's not even funny. But this is probably a 1-2 move. And so we love 1-2 moves in pitchforks because this is a real safe trade that's going to go a long ways. We're now going to catch the impulsive side of a move. Don't have to know tons of Elliott wave, but you should learn what a 1-2 move is. We'll teach that more and more. We review it sometimes. So I would probably leave that one there like that. I may draw a secondary one, and we'll go to this higher swing high. Come down to the same swing low, of course. Tell you what I'm going to do though, before I do that, is I'm going to go ahead and put a few more lines inside that, and then I'm going to come along and change its color. I'm going to go with kind of just a muted white to get it in there, so you can see it's just a little bit different. And that one, then we have some options. Again, I can't go to this lower low, because this lower high where I took the first one to the median, because it's almost pointing down. So I'm going to go to the next one up, and I'm going to make that my median touch. So which one? Which one? Remember, we don't hunt trades. We wait for the trades to come to us. So now we got a couple things going on here. Remember that green fork? We're on the green fork. I swung the median. Let me get rid of my fat pen. I swung the median up and down to create a touch at this median. When I turn on the extra set of Fibonacci's in here, so in other words, we got quads. There's 1, 50% median, 75, 100. So those are quad lines. When I add these dotted ones, that creates 8 lines, but they're just called Fibonacci's. So we got this beautiful touch, green fork, beautiful touch right here. Look at this nice Fibonacci touch to the pip as well. So that green fork has some good possibilities. The white fork, we got our touch here, and don't see much else right now that is really strong. Oh yeah, we do have a nice touch right here. So, okay, there you go. So somebody's telling me the pitchfork line is actually the XA of the previous scan. Okay, cool. Even better. So there you have it. And all I'm going to do now is draw a, let me find a vertical line tool. I'll draw a vertical line here where we drew the fork. And since it's Wednesday, we'll come back on Monday and see how those forks did in terms of coughing up trades. Now, here's what we do. Since I've got some good hits on that green fork, let me just hide temporarily the gray fork. And let's work with this one. So what we would do typically is Andrew says when price goes above the median, so price breaks the median, it could go up to the top. It could come back and check the median exactly and go up to the top. Or it could just, anytime in here, lollygag around and come back down. Nonetheless, here's where current price is. So as a trader, now again, this is a 60-minute fork, but what we do is sandwich price. What I mean by that is the major lines we're going to trade is the upper parallel, the lower parallel, and the median. We'll use the Fibonacci's only to get the angle of the fork set, such as in a case where we have that hit and this hit setting the fork. So what I will do then is sandwich the current price, meaning I will put a line here before the median, assuming price came back up, and I'll put a line down here representing an alert, put an alert on that line, so I would know before price came and hit the bottom. They are not entry orders. We don't do that because you can't make any profit with entry orders because you have to have such big stops, unless you got $100,000 or $200,000 of capitalization. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to set alerts, and guess what? The trade will come and find me. And now I could go off on the next pair, and the next pair, and the next pair, and set alerts. Most pitchforks, just, you know, if you got one that's starting to go produce, you will get 1 to 3 trades off that pitchfork. So there we have it. So there's the pound yen at the 60-minute as per requested. Euro 30. Got some lower level stuff here. 30. Yeah, I would think. Yeah, it's very cool to use those. Well, actually, I'm just going to get rid of that one. Ooh. What happened? Okay. I don't know what I did there. We know that's a 5-minute fork, so I can prevent that from being shown up here. That's funny. 1 to 30. It's on the 5-minute chart. Shouldn't show. Why is that? I'll get rid of that one too. Slowly clean it up a little. Oh, I can't get rid of that one. Yeah, but visibility alone should take it off. The sync doesn't matter. If I turn visibility off to the time period, it shouldn't be showing it. But anyway, let's just stay with where we are. So I already have a 30-minute fork here that has been running. Price left it and then came back down into it. And you can see I just turned on the warning lines for that fork. They're set distances. There's called a half channel width. So you notice if you take this distance right here, if you take this distance right here and put it on the outside of the fork, you end up at that line. And that line and that line. Those are called warning lines. And then these are the midpoints to the warning lines. Still considered a warning line. So this fork drawn a long time ago, here you have a perfect bounce off the warning line. Pretty cool. That's called woo-woo. We call that woo-woo. That be chart woo-woo. Pretty cool. Comes back down inside the fork and still operating there right now. Got a temporary little, what we call a PRZ based on the 5-minute fork. Oh, I see what I was doing. I was on the wrong fork. That's the 5-minute fork down here. I want it light up. It's 2 forks. That's funny. It's because it's gray. All right. So we're good. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind looking at particular pairs, but I'm not going to get into conversation about what I think it's going to do because that's investment advice. And I know some people do that, but you know what? There may be a day where they're sitting in orange suits and I'm not. So we don't try and determine where price is going because, see, that is old paradigm. We only react when price gets there. Then we make a trade, and we have unique money management to maximize your profits in the trade once we enter one. But we do not try and guess where it's going. We do not do entry orders. We don't do forecasts. We don't do predictions. That's all old paradigm, and it's all done because you have big fat stop losses. And you have to have something to guide you because there's too much lag and slag and slush in your indicators to give you any level of precision. Yeah. So we're big, users of Fibonacci. We got a big Fibonacci class coming up. It'll be announced in both IML Elite and Scans, Forks, and Fibos. Anybody from any session anywhere in IML be welcome to come and attend. It's going to be a cool class. This is the Euro USD. Oh, 4 hour? Yeah, good luck. Too much lower level stuff here. Don't want that there anymore. I usually keep stuff around because I want to see Fibonacci, but once it starts moving too much sideways, they're of no use. This one's still in use, and these are other time periods. So 4 hour. See, for me right now, I'm only interested at the 4 hour level. It depends on how you want to play the time periods and what you're, it depends on what you're trading is what I'm trying to say. But I would have one here at that level pointing down. And it probably look something like that, because there's lots of hits on that. For the down fork, I got nice hits up here. I got beautiful hits on the bottom. Those always interest me. I got a spike up to the 25% quad. I got some hits on the median. So that gray fork looks pretty good. As a downward fork. And then since you have a new swing high to swing low, I can do an upward fork. And it's going to get busy for some of you pretty fast. We'll color this something else here in a second. So I could track it no matter where it goes. Obviously, we've got some area of commonality in the downward fork and upward fork. So there, it's in both, right in that triangle. So very often what you'll see, and you see it happening right here, is sometimes that'll wind down and you see this is the white fork bounce, and then we have a red fork bounce. And so price is being passed off between the two forks right in there. And some of this time you'll see it form a little tight correction. You also have a W in there. Is there not a scan on that? Is there a scan at the Euro USD 4 hour? Yeah. Where am I? There was an M to the left of that. There's no big one on that. In fact, this downward fork is holding it right now. So it'll be interesting to see how it pans out. But see, there's two kinds of trading, right? You can be trading the 480 as, oh, you said 4 hour, that's 8 hour, my bad. You can be trading the 4 hour, 8 hour as a 4 hour trade or an 8 hour trade, depending on which you're on. My bad. Or you could be trading lower level using the 4 hour, 8 hour bounces, which is mostly what we're going to do. See, it just makes no sense to chase, if you're chasing 4 hour trades or 8 hour trades. Again, it's old paradigm thinking. And the reason you're trading these, what was the size of the called stop on that swipe trade, out of curiosity? What was the size of the called stop? 27 pips. That's not too bad for a 4-hour trade. Still not as good as 10. 3-to-1 profit. Close to it. So with the new paradigm, you know, you can make so many pips in such short space. Anyway, let me go look. There's a couple other pair, and I'm gonna have to call it quits. See something. There's something there that just looks fun that I haven't looked at in a long time. Yeah, there you go, Liberty Duck. Yeah, I don't see anything else I really want to look at that I don't already have up here in some way, shape, or form. We got 2 forks going on the Aussie. It's the same fork, just really extensions on it by putting on another fork. But it's honoring it. You can see there's been some good hits on both forks. It's setting itself up for that top parallel is going to be good because it's the median of the green fork. So if we get a bounce off that top parallel, that's going to be a real strong trade. And price could still here come back down to the median of the yellow fork or go up to the median, which would be the top parallel. So good trade coming on the Aussie. Just wait. Patience. That's the cool thing here is we get to be patient. So here's that one on the pound Aussie. I don't do a lot of stuff on the CAD because it's so wicky most of the time. You don't want to trade with wicks. Not big wicks, frequent wicks, wicks at double ends. Oh yeah, okay. It was a 480. So again, nice fork here. Price left the fork, came out right to a warning line. Andrew says if it's going to leave the fork, that's the first logical place it's going to go. Pretty good set fork at this point. We have a median line hit pretty much to the pip, and then we have a warning line hit, and we have another Fibonacci hit here. So this fork is good to go as far as being tradable. This is one I would copy. You're going to get some pips off this one. Come on. There we go. I haven't measured that. I'm going to take a look at it, see if it was. I am more than 200% right there right now. You can also measure the first wave up as you would in an Elliott wave projection. Oh, come on. Turn that thing off. Okay. Nothing really good there to project off. So I don't see that as a strong candidate for that. But what is this 240 time frame? What I would do is rotate through what we call INS, which I finally have packaged for you guys. It's something else I'm giving away. But wait, where are we in time? Yeah, it goes back too far for me to put INS on it. These nice hits, now there's 3. I didn't see that one before. So it's setting itself up. Strong hit here or strong hit coming back down. A lot of times when it has this indecision, can't tell if it came up and bounced in here. Here it came up and checked, so we'll see if it takes off. A pass and check is really strong. Sorry about that. A pass and check is really strong, but it did come through it. So we'll just see. So at this point, I would have right now that line and that line sandwiched, and I'd be watching them. And then I'd look for a Fibonacci in here. I was trying to see a Fibonacci. I was trying to see if that was one there, but it wasn't. Anyway, so I like that fork though. Those are all just awesome touches. This fork will cough up a trade or two. We got all sorts of ways to see the power of this is this swing high and this swing low. And then when you get these bounces, that just puts all sorts of Fibonacci-ness into this fork. And therefore, when we extend off the fork, that Fibonacci is extended as well. We can go way out, and this fork is still controlling price, even though price has left it. Yeah, it stands for the Intraday Navigation System, but it's a whole bunch of separate, independent, potential support and resistance systems, all kind of packaged in one label. So good stuff coming here too. All right, I got to call it quits. So look, for the brand new people, don't worry about being overwhelmed. Nobody came out of mama's womb drawing forks. You just got to put it to practice. I'm going to have some good stuff on RAS coming up. I've got another kind of like major module in this program I'm working on called the Law of Spirals, and have finished up a series of, I don't know the best way I want to say it, phases, where I'm the part of the Law of Spirals where I'm working on the RAS and all the stuff that goes on from a neuroscience perspective to bring some added insight. And all it does is confirm what we do in this group, which is we learn by learning what not to do. You learn by participating in our group and posting your pitchforks and then eventually your trades. And we don't worry about perfection. Perfection is in our demo trading and our demo setups is the evil of learning. So totally opposite from the old paradigm. We're all about learning, not trying to seek perfection. Seeking perfection prevents your learning. And I'll explain that from a neuroscience perspective soon enough. So anyway, join us in our Facebook group. It's a lively group. There's a lot of activity there. And in addition to me and the 8 or 9, 10, whatever it is now, admins that we have in that group that have been with me for a couple of years to as many as 7 or 8 years, they're going to help you, and you're also going to get great insight from OPM. Oh, not opium, OPM, which stands for Other People's Mistakes. So your first day or two in our group should be looking through the trades and the setups that have been posted and seeing the insight given to them free. We've got admins and coaches who have no financial investment in you becoming a successful trader, and yet there they are giving you their time and energy and effort. It's a tremendous, tremendous group. And if you don't take advantage of it, I hold that on you. So with that, I'm going to say goodnight. I will see you on Monday, but I can see you on Facebook if you're there. Join our group, join our group, join our group. And remember, life can be short, so for all those people you care and love, let them know you care and love them. just like I love you guys for carving out some time to be here tonight. See you on Monday. Have a great and safe weekend.